Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. It is Monday. It is the 19th day of April. Today is National Amaretto Day. I'm a fan of that flavor. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it depends.
It's good stuff. National National Day. I'm a fan of that flavor.
Love garlic.
It's good stuff. National North Dakota Day. I'm a fan of North Dakota. National Hanging Out Day. And then now we got to be serious because it's something sad today as well. National Oklahoma City Bombing Commemoration Day. I remember when that happened.
I do too.
I have a friend who was almost in that building. He was actually pulling up when that happened. And I talked to him after that, and he completely changed as a person. I mean, his entire personality and everything changed because of what happened that day and what he saw and what could have happened. Because, like I said, he was almost in the building when that happened. So, again, sad thing there. Now something a little more positive. It's a Movie Star Monday. I have Barry Pepper joining us today.
Okay.
Barry Pepper is in the movie Saving Private Ryan. Barry Pepper is in the movie The Green Mile.
Okay.
He's a cool guy.
A lot of good movies.
Oh, yeah. No, both of those with Tom Hanks, by the way, which I think is kind of cool.
Huh.
And he's got a new film out. Just came out Friday. It's called Trigger Point. We're going to chat all about that in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for surveys and studies and such, brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. I'm going to try to squeeze 3 in today, Heidi.
All right.
A new survey finds most Americans are willing to accept slower deliveries for better worker treatment by Amazon. So when asked, they're like, okay, they got these really tight deadlines. You think they should maybe get a break and you get your package like 15 minutes later? And almost everybody's like, yeah. So I think maybe they've put such a high importance on the speed that they kind of forgot about some of the other important things. So that was an interesting survey. Another study says women are more prone to long-term concussion effects than men, which I don't understand why, but that's bizarre. And a new study found that undergoing intense workouts during old age will not make you any more likely to die. So if you're going, okay, I want to go to the gym and I'm going to run on the treadmill or I'm going to work out really hard, that's actually good for you and it's not bad for you. So, see, I did it. 3 surveys and studies and such. Brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. Florida woman facing felony child neglect charges when police found cocaine and a cut straw on top of her 3-year-old son's copy of Dr. Seuss' The Cat in the Hat.
Okay. And rightfully so.
24-year-old Casey Kuka, Quoka, arrested after police found the narcotics in her residence. It says here they had what was called a bump of suspected cocaine. I don't know what that is. I think that's like a baggie. I don't know. Cops seized marijuana and a baggie of pills suspected to be MDMA. According to the criminal complaint, the drugs were easily accessible to her child. She was also charged with felony child abuse for leaving her son with significant bruising as a result of corporal punishment that exceeded the acceptable level of force. Reports say that she was facing drug charges after lab tests are performed on the items to make sure they know exactly what they are. Right now they were guessing. Pretty sure they knew what they were doing. Anyway, she works as a bartender. She was booked into jail on 2 criminal counts. So
this kind of stuff is absolutely
very sad.
Infuriating to me.
It's not good at all. Don't ever go down that path. It's a bad one, completely bad one. Don't do that. It's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is in the news. He confirmed that his new superhero movie, Black Adam, has finally started filming. The Rock posted the official film slate on his Instagram page during the first day of shooting about a week ago. So a lot of folks excited about that. I think we might have talked about this. The Easter snack Peeps are getting their own animated movie.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Well, yeah, we did a little bit.
If it was on the air, if it was...
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. They got like a whole year to get it figured out because I doubt they're going to put out an Easter movie now.
I mean, if they turned Legos into a movie, they can probably... But at least Legos had characters and personalities.
Peeps are characters?
No, they're not.
Oh, Peeps are hilarious. I was talking to a Peep the other day. It was cracking me up. And sad news here. ArcLight Cinemas and Pacific Theaters going to close about 300 locations permanently.
People are going to regret that.
They are going to be very, very sad when they don't have the big screen anymore. Big Screen, Little Screen brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of RadioSavings.com. A California city erected a fence outside of a restaurant that had repeatedly flouted their COVID health orders. The fence was put up outside of Tin Horn Flats Saloon and Grill in Burbank after a court ordered the establishment's electricity be shut off. And I don't know if they brought in generators and decided we're going to just keep going anyway. Anyway, now the state actually put up a fence around them. They're like, no, get over that. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there.
Not cool.
The whole story just bizarre. New Mexico man began driving out of a grocery store parking lot when he looked back and found 15,000 bees in his back seat.
I heard about this.
Isn't that just insane?
And he happened to know what to do, which I thought was really cool.
What would you have done?
Oh, I would have freaked. I would have
crashed the car.
Just left my car.
You would have hit something with the car. Yeah, I think that's amazing that he knew how to handle that. Uber says that they might one day get into marijuana delivery. So
that's super.
I'm not sure. I suppose someday that's going to be a thing, but a North Carolina man was arrested after plowing his car through the entrance of a Walmart that was closed and driving it around in the aisles. I believe we read that story, and I think he was a former employee there, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
United States military hired scientists to build a physics-bending weapon for potential war with UFOs. This is a real story that you're not hearing anywhere.
Shouldn't that
concerning. Be big news? You'd think that'd be big news because, it sounds to me like big news. And I'm going to end with this. I've been holding this now for 2-3 weeks. Not that I've wanted to. I just haven't gotten to it. 3 things to stop cleaning. Do you agree with this or not? Your grill grate. They say instead of cleaning it and scrubbing it, after using the grill, leave it on high for about 15 minutes and it'll just cook everything off of there. Now, I'm going to agree and disagree because I still scrape it down. I do both. Next, shower curtain liner. They say liners are so cheap that cleaning them is actually a waste of time. Just throw it away every couple of months.
Well, unless you've got a fabric one that you can wash and then hang back up.
And then a pillow. They say after washing and drying a pillow, it's never quite the same. Instead, throw it out and buy a new one every couple of months. So I don't know if I agree with that either. I kind of like my pillow, but what do I know? Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today is Barry Pepper. He is in a bunch of amazing movies like Saving Private Ryan, which I actually just saw this weekend when I was scrolling through on Netflix. I saw that it's on Netflix now as well. The Green Mile. I love your character in that, Barry. Welcome to the program. How are you, sir?
Oh, my pleasure. It's great to talk to you. Yeah, I just noticed that it was Saving Private Ryan was back on Netflix, or that's that's pretty special to be a part of a film that stands the test of time.
It does. And I'll tell you, it's a timeless movie. Even though it's a period piece, it's about a specific time. You can watch it anytime, and it just kind of, it still resonates.
Yeah, it's powerful and difficult to watch at times, but it's got such a tremendous heart as well in the characters that you follow and that you get to know so personally and really care for. And I think that's what really sets it apart is not just your hard-charging, action-driven war film that is just so intense that it's hard to watch. It certainly has its moments, but I think that was the genius that Spielberg embedded in it, was those characters that you fall in love with. Absolutely.
Now, you've got a new film out that's called Trigger Point. Tell me a little bit about Trigger Point.
Yeah, so it's a revenge thriller, very action-driven, but it breathes and allows for a story to unfold and keeps you guessing. It follows Nicholas Shaw, my character, who's this retired CIA special operative he's living off the grid in solitude when we find him, and we learn about his past through these flashbacks that he's having, these nightmares of this traumatic event that took place in his past. And because of the trauma he experienced, he only has sort of these shock memories and fragments of what transpired. So we're kind of learning as he's learning. But what he does know is he's accused of giving up the names of his team of special operatives who have now been assassinated. So he's disappeared. He slipped off the grid, started a new life. He's eventually tracked down by his former CIA handler, played by Colm Feore, who convinces him to join him in hunting down the assassins and clearing his name, and that's kind of where we jump into the film.
So when people watch this, are they gonna like your character? Are you a likable guy in this?
I think so. He's traumatized, certainly. So he's dealing with a lot, these memories that are haunting him, and he's trying to unriddle his past. So like I say, as we're sort of putting the pieces of the puzzle together as well, it keeps you guessing as it goes. It's tricky to give too much of the plot away, so I'll just kind of leave it at that.
Well, that seems fair enough to me. Now, when you're out like in the wild and around people, what project do people know you for the most? Would it be Green Mile, Saving Private Ryan, or is it a different one that I'm not even thinking of?
Yeah, it always surprises me. It depends on what experience people have had. If it's something they saw with their kids, it might be Crawl or Monster Truck or Scorched Trials or one of these kind of kids films. Sometimes it's True Grit or Saving Private Ryan. It just depends on the person. Sometimes you're surprised, like somebody just mentioned the Dale Earnhardt movie, and I was saying, oh man, that we had no money, we had no budget, and I'm surprised that we even took on that challenge to make a NASCAR film for under $10 million. It's just an impossible feat. And, you think that in the final analysis it's not going to turn out, but then you have fans of NASCAR say they watched it and really enjoyed it, so you just never know.
Now, in two of the big movies that we talked about, Saving Private Ryan and also The Green Mile, you worked with Tom Hanks. Is he a pretty good guy to work with?
Yeah, fantastic guy. I was such a young, wet-behind-the-ears actor at that time. It was overwhelming for me to arrive in England and step onto these massive sets that Spielberg had built, and there's Tom Hanks and Matt Damon and everybody, and your initial feeling is to be overwhelmed and intimidated, but Tom just takes you under his wing and just wants you to thrive and wants you to be, he wants you to, he just welcomes you into his family, and you just sort of, you're off to the races. It's a seamless sort of relationship that he creates, and it's a great environment. He's a wonderful guy to work with in that respect.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us.
Yeah, right on. Thank you so much.
Again, Trigger Point, it's in select theaters, and it's out on DVD and video on demand this Friday, April 23rd. All the info in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
E is the most common letter. It appears in 11% of all English words. So if you try to write a few sentences without
chances
that,
are you're using that letter.
yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. And chances are you're going to see a lot of the letter E because it's commonly used. 11% of all words, according to Oxford Dictionary, is the most popular letter. The next most popular was A, which is an 8.5% of all words. The least common letter is, Heidi, which one? Which letter is the least common letter?
Probably X.
No, Q. It appears in only 0.2% of all words.
Okay.
There you go. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world, brought to you by radiotravelgroup.com. Dateline, North Korea. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un acknowledged that the Hermit Kingdom is facing its worst ever situation, as he called thousands of grassroots ruling party members to be more proactive in carrying out the country's new 5-year economic plan. I don't know what any of that means.
The Hermit Kingdom.
That's the name of their kingdom. That's like how people refer to their kingdom, because they keep to themselves, and then they only tell you what they want you to know. It's like it's not exactly. But anyway, they're saying this. They're in a tough spot. So,
okay.
Not good. I've got a link to the story if you want to read the deets. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man used a bicycle as a weapon. I don't know exactly how this happened.
You told me a little bit about this.
The suspect allegedly made a scene at an Applebee's in Wisconsin. It involved yelling racial slurs at other customers and children. Authorities later located the man. They found an explosive bag that he was carrying at the time. The incident occurred at 9 in the evening. The suspect, Matthew Arnst, reportedly yelled and screamed at other customers. He had brought a bicycle into the restaurant. When a cook came out of the kitchen and told him, hey, you need to leave, he picked up the bicycle and swung it at the cook. He struck him in the abdomen. Police located him after he had left the restaurant. He was carrying the bicycle as he ran. Okay. I don't know if you know how. I'm not even going to go there. They said he was intoxicated when they confronted him.
Okay, well, there you go.
He discovered a quarter stick of dynamite in his bag.
Whoa!
Yeah. Charge stemming from the incident, along with other charges. He got himself in a bit of trouble back in March when he threw a rock through a grocery store window. So he's apparently...
he needs to learn how to control his temper.
He's having a bad year. We'll put it that way. That is a very bizarre story. That's why it's today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by radiosavings.com. Pizza toppings usually go where?
On a pizza.
On the top of the pizza.
Yeah.
Well, a Domino's customer in Minnesota threatened workers with a gun over a dispute about his pizza toppings.
Okay.
He wanted them to be on the side, not on the top. I don't exactly know how you do that.
Apparently pretty serious about it.
Yeah, it happened in Rochester. The customer requested his toppings be left on the side. And that's when the restaurant said, I don't think we can do that. And he thought that they should be able to do that. So he drove to the restaurant's drive-thru, began arguing about the toppings, threw several pizza slices at the worker at the restaurant, and then pulled out a gun, which is never the right answer. Police later located him. He admitted to he admitted to visiting the Domino's, but denied the gun thing. Police did not find a weapon in his car. He initially reported that he could be facing assault charges. He was instead cited for disorderly conduct. So don't know if there was a gun, if there wasn't a gun. They didn't find one. I don't know what happened. All I know is everybody needs to calm down when it comes to food, okay?
Right?
Calm
I
down.
do not
Just calm down.
understand.
Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Today's Moment of Duh, brought to you by radiosavings.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, tell me, The Oaks, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
I'll say that one is a golf course.
And the answer is no, it's a
Really?
rehab center. But for those of you who got it right at home, this golf clap is for you.
And I was on a roll,
You
too.
were, too. You were doing really well, and then all of a sudden you just skunk it
Blew
once again.
it.
We'll give you another chance tomorrow. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right, Heidi.
Okay.
Don't take it so hard.
All
Stop
right.
crying. It's going to be fine. That's how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is just an awesome story. Comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Here's the cool thing. I love this. Here's a headline. 9-year-old girl, small act of kindness, snowballs into a major volunteer project. Here's the thing that I love about it. Number one, that it's something that started from a 9-year-old girl.
Okay.
Just some sweet, innocent little girl. And I love the fact that people noticed so much that they said, I want to do something awesome too. So we're going to start right here. This happened in Ontario at a grocery store. Last year, snowballed into a major volunteer project to help seniors and people with disabilities. March of last year, just 2 days before the lockdown, this young lady, Fatima, and her father were at a grocery store trying to stock up on toilet paper and other necessities. Says, I was panic shopping, to be honest, recalled her father. Naturally, I was focused on me and trying to get my list as quickly as possible. His daughter noticed an elderly woman in the checkout line struggling with her groceries. She said, it made me think of my grandparents. She pointed to the woman and asked her dad, hey, can we offer to help carry your stuff to her car? When they got home, her father and this young lady decided they wanted to do more of this. So they launched a thing called the Good Neighbor Project.
Okay.
It's a volunteer delivery network that would connect available people, able-bodied individuals, with people who need help. The way it worked was simple. Somebody posts a call out looking for a volunteer to do something, run an errand, do whatever, and then somebody else would sign up and say, hey, I can do that. And then, boom, they planted the seeds and many people came out.
That's awesome.
More than 6,000 volunteers have contributed over 22,000 hours. They've helped over 8,600 isolated seniors and persons with disabilities and other vulnerable people. And this is not at the directive of a government, not even at the directive of like a church or an organization. It's literally a 9-year-old girl that started all of this.
Oh,
I love this story. It is so, so cool. I don't have time to go into all of the details, so I'm going to put a link, like I always do, in the show notes for today.
and that's
at
something that you can initiate anywhere.
Yeah.
Just start doing it.
I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. And exactly, Heidi, this is something that anybody anywhere could say, I'm going to do that.
It doesn't take money. It doesn't take
No.
any special talents.
Literally
you can just
takes
help.
a little bit of time and says, I want to help. If you need help, let me know. And then, hey, if you want to help me help others, let me know.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this 9-year-old girl did. And look at what all these amazing things that have happened because of it. Really cool. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.